Clear. How are you? Stay Game Warden. I didn't see a reg. Do you have a sticker somewhere handy?
Yeah.
We just drove by and they flipped me off.
Oh.
He kicked the guy's door right in.
My name's Conservation Officer Austin Valladares. I'm a game warden here in New Hampshire. I've been on the job for about 3.5 years now. My patrol is the northernmost part of the state of New Hampshire. My favorite thing about being a game warden here in New Hampshire, I really enjoy being on a snowmobile and checking ice fishermen and having that long winter season. But it's always great to turn the page and start looking forward to different hunting season or stalking fish and checking fishermen and stuff like that. Currently, I'm on the Airboat team and the Advanced Search and Rescue team. Really unique patrol that I have, bordering Canada and then also 2 states. I have Maine to my east and obviously Vermont to my west. So building relationships with different agencies, Border Patrol, my Vermont Fish and Wildlife counterparts, as well as Maine game wardens on to my east. So really enjoy that aspect of it. And just one more thing that makes my patrol great. Right now we're coming into the midwinter, so snowmobiling activity is kind of my main focus. We get a lot of people from different areas, different states that will come here to visit to ride snowmobiles. But we also have some of the greatest ice fishing that the state has to offer as well. I came from a local PD before this, so I've got coming up on 5 years of law enforcement experience. We're looking for snowmobile activity and traffic and making sure people are riding where they're supposed to be and staying on trails, and riding with the proper equipment and not riding with modified exhaust. We're coming into Pittsburgh Village now. That's kind of one of our meccas, so to speak, of snowmobiling in New Hampshire. I've had complaints from a neighbor about some stop sign violations, so we'll go up to their snowmobiles don't have the right of way. Motor vehicles do have the right of way. So making sure that our snowmobile traffic stops is vitally important. Let's see if we can get this off this whole through. You shut it down for me. Are you guys registered?
Yeah.
For New Hampshire? Do you have them handy?
Yeah.
Is the whole group that way?
Yeah, we're all
Because nobody
from
had
Canada.
stickers on. Okay.
Yeah, we're all from Canada.
They're all in your pocket though, I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
And you guys were riding all week without them on?
Well, we were actually over in Maine. We just got back today.
Okay.
We just had the cottage right up here.
Okay. Are you riding more this week in New Hampshire?
No,
Just
we're
slide
done.
that foot
We're
back for me.
going
That's all right.
back to his cottage and loading up and going home.
Okay. In the future, especially on these Polarises, the side panels come off so easy, right?
Yeah.
Just bring them inside, yeah, and slap those on for me. Just tell the whole group for that for me.
Okay.
All right.
No, sorry about that.
Nope. I just appreciate you guys registering at least. So
Nope,
be
no
safe
worries.
today, okay?
You as well.
Thanks. Appreciate it. So we just had kind of what we call a failure to display stickers. Basically, that gentleman, because of the cold temps today, didn't have them put on. People are afraid sometimes that putting the stickers on under cold temperatures will make them fall off easier. Generally, we just try to let them know that sleds nowadays, we can take our side panels off and different hood pieces off to bring them inside the residence or the camp or rental property and get them warmed up that way. So in New Hampshire, we take registrations fairly seriously. Almost all the money goes back to helping contribute to these trail systems that these operators are riding on. He took it pretty well, gave him a warning for today, and just asked him to put them on as soon as possible. So on to the next one. Give the spot a few minutes too. Stop on this guy. See a red, so just check. How are you? Stay Game Warden. I didn't see a reg. Do you have a sticker somewhere handy?
I don't have a sticker.
Okay. Is it unregistered?
Yeah, I just got it out.
Okay. Both of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're both fine.
They're both yours? Okay. Do you have your ID handy on you? And who's this behind you?
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I just wondering who it was. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I noticed a group of 2 snowmobiles coming down a hill, and both weren't sporting our New Hampshire registration numbers for this year. So I stopped the lead snowmobile, who in fact told me that they were unregistered today. Have you registered with us before in the past?
I have. I literally just got them out. I didn't even think I was gonna get out on this year. And
Okay.
here I am.
Okay.
So,
And you rode yesterday? Just today?
My birthday.
Okay. But you're planning to ride all weekend?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Okay. All right, hang tight for me, okay? Fishing game 18 on North. The snowmobile he's riding and the snowmobile his brother's riding are both unregistered, so ultimately write him a citation for operating with an unregistered snowmobile. And when they try to risk it and get caught, kind of is what it is, but operating unregistered snowmobile in New Hampshire is a $248 fine. I'm gonna cut him a little bit of a break. Both snowmobiles that he and his brother are operating are his, he's saying, so rather than write him 2 summonses or citations for the snowmobiles, I'm just gonna write him the 1. I'm gonna let him know that he can continue to ride today, but they'll need to be registered in the future. I know your weekend's not been going great, but unfortunately I gotta give you summons, okay? I'm not gonna write you for both snowmobiles, obviously, but just give you the 1 summons. I think you've done some snowmobiling, just judging by your gear and stuff, you gotta register when you come to our state, right? All that money goes back to trails, grooming, and stuff like that. How this works is a $248 fine for operating an unregistered snowmobile. This doesn't affect your driver's license, your criminal history, or your insurance, okay? It's just a violation from us at Fishing Game. All right? Be safe today, okay? Thanks. Hopefully our interaction with this rider today was in a positive light on his end, that he understands that we have a job to do and that in the future he'll register his snowmobiles before he goes out for his ride. I got a call, reference sort of a nuisance moose that's been hanging around the back of a camp owner's residence here in Pittsburgh. So we're just headed down there now to take a look at it. Sounds like it could be a little bit lethargic, and sort of a young moose. So because of the conditions today, we're responding on snowmobile. This is my primary means of transportation this time of year. So accessing this camp on snowmobile makes it that much easier. This time of year, we get this call fairly often. We have issues with our winter tick and also brain worm. We're gonna assess today and figure out what's wrong with this moose. How we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Called me earlier about a moose.
It was hanging out right here.
Okay, is it still there now or is it? Do you mind if I take a look real quick? Okay, cool. Well, I'll do a little walk around. It's definitely been in here for a while. It's a lot of droppings and stuff. But...
Our cousin got here yesterday on the snowmobile. He rode from home.
Yep.
And it was here when he pulled in.
No, yeah.
And it didn't seem to be bothered by his sled.
Interesting. All right, well, I'll take a walk around, but appreciate it. Thank you guys. This moose has been here quite a while. Just the amount of droppings and tracks that are just all behind this shed here. A little bit concerning, just because moose, tend to wander and tend to feed in different places. Sometimes what we do find is camp owners putting salt blocks and mineral blocks behind their camp so they can watch the moose, which then tends to keep moose in the area of that salt block. Not the case here, at least with this camp. Just some deer hair. This is also kind of a known area for deer to be yarding up to, especially with some of these resident camp owners feeding them throughout the week. So, ooh. That's it right there. We've located this moose. Gonna see if we can get a little closer look at it, check on its overall health. It seems alert at this point. For a moose not to run off when it first sees humans isn't out of the ordinary, but likely this past spring's young. At this point, it's not showing me any signs of brainworm or anything negative. I'd like to see how it acts when I get a little closer to it. Just watch it for a few minutes and see where it goes from there. Hey, moose. Hey. Hey. Come on. Come on. Hey. Hey. It's not ideal that it's not reacting to me at this point. It's a young moose, and sometimes this does happen. It does look a little thin behind its rear legs. Looking at all four extremities, making sure the moose can get through the snow okay. Ultimately trying to let this moose meander off into the woods on its own before we have to take any action. There you go. The moose seems to be walking okay, which is great to see. At this point, I think I'm gonna back out, just continue to monitor the situation in the coming days. At this point, I think the moose has a fine looking fur coat for this time of year. It's walking around good and doesn't show me any signs of brainworm or any other illness. The recent defecating back near the camp is a great sign that it's still feeding as well. I think I'll back out and just continue to monitor. The Golden Child Back Lake race is a drag race event. It's basically snowmobiles on a groomed, packed ice surface. These snowmobiles have upwards of 250 to 300 horsepower, and they're kind of racing as fast as they can for the bragging rights.
Whoa! 104.
Yeah, that's bad. With this being a permanent event, these snowmobiles are equipped with modified exhausts where they're legal to ride in this during this event time frame. If we were to see snowmobiles like this on the trail side, that would be something we would be addressing as a violation. At least the snow is fairly hard. I know it's not ice,
we were gonna
but
pull out here, but we were afraid. We're gonna sink down the road.
oh yeah, it doesn't seem too slushy, which is good, but. Ultimately, our goal today is to enforce laws and rules on and off the ice, but ultimately to make sure everyone's safe between racers and spectators. The racers have a certain route they go after drag racing, and making sure that spectators don't interfere with that route is essential, and making sure nobody gets hurt. Couple kids on that one. So far the turnout today has been great. We've had racers from upper parts of the Midwest, Michigan, Western New York, and racers as far as Idaho.
It's an unregistered sled.
I'm headed up the Big Diamond Pond. Checks and fishermen, we kind of got a complaint of maybe some people not paying attention to their ice fishing traps. Unintended lines in New Hampshire is an offense that we take very seriously. Obviously, if a fish bites onto a line and sets off the trap, the flag, a fisherman ideally will run over there and be able to reel in the fish. But if the fish was to bite it and nobody's paying attention to the ice fishing device or the trap, the fish ultimately could free spool for a long period of time and swallow the hook, which then could be fatal for it. So I'm walking in sort of a back way, maybe an area that's not so seen from a lot of different fishermen out on the ice. It's not generally where our public has access to. And that way I can kind of see the whole ice. I can use my binoculars to focus on different fishermen and seeing how many lines they have out, traps, and just looking at the overall activity on the ice, including ATVs and snowmobiles as well. Once we step out on the ice, it's pretty obvious that the game warden's around, so I'm just trying to scan the ice and check and see what's going on before I head out to start checking ice fishing licenses. Right now I'm kind of looking for that certain set of couple traps that a few people have told me about that may not be getting checked as regularly as they should be. How we doing?
Where'd you come in from?
Can't tell you all my secrets.
I'm not gonna tell you secrets.
Do you guys all have traps out? You guys all have lines out? Or?
The girls don't.
Girls don't. 2, 4, 6, 8 then?
I got these two right here. One, and then where the bucket is, the big bucket.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I got one up there. And I got one right down here.
Perfect. I'll just check just a couple licenses. You said yours in the truck.
I can go get it. Mine.
38-year-old male, not conscious.
So this group, they all checked out or in legal compliance. Anybody else over this way except for the clam over there?
Good, definitely
Check them in. First time I ever met him, he started impersonating the Fish and Game officer. If I had my ticket book, I'd be writing you guys up right now, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, the next year he goes in my kid's Bob house, he runs over my buddy's trap. My buddy, he basically broke the door down and he killed him. Everybody he's fished with, they blackballed him and they don't fish with him anymore.
I'm not sure on the entire backstory on this, but in my experience, I've seen different sportsmen maybe butt heads at times, not only during ice fishing, but also during the open water season or deer season. All right, guys.
I'll see you. Thank you.
Keep, what are we calling this, drama pond? Keep it to a minimum.
I'm good.
How's it going, guys? How's the fishing? Not much, how are you?
I got into an argument with these guys last year.
Straight across.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said the same thing.
I've never even met a single one of them. I don't know any names. I don't know what people look like. We just drove by and they flipped me off. Like, I don't even know who
This
these
was
people
10
are.
minutes ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I told you before, they were up here one night. They had like 6 traps. They were down there in the cabin. The flag was up for a while. I didn't want anything to be on the line, so I grabbed it, checked the line. We were at and he busted the door down and came in his lodge and was like, "Who touched my trap?" He kicked the guy's door right in. He's like, "Hold on, get the hell out of my house. This is good stuff." They put all their traps like right inside of ours, so if they hook up with anything good, it heads straight to the deep. It's just gonna tank.
Go into yours, yeah.
It's just gonna be a mess. Drama pond, we call it.
It is, but it doesn't need to be either. The second group we checked, they're all well in compliance as well. Different serious angler groups may have some conflicts with each other at times. As we were wrapping up with this group, an angler from the first group had come over. He went to his pickup truck to grab his license so that he could show me. Find it?
You're a clown.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we're moving on.
Yeah, good seeing you guys.
Well, what'd you guys do to him?
It all started down there on the point.
You know, you can at least act friendly in front of me for a second. You know what I mean? Drama pond.
Drama pond.
Good luck, guys. See ya. Luckily, the interaction was brief between the two, and this is some things that sportsmen take super seriously, and we're just gonna move on to the next one and make our way around the pond. How are you guys? You guys just picking up now?
You want to see the picture?
Sure, yeah, I'd love to. I love seeing big fish. Good for you. That's all. Brown trout, you think so? So that's a lake trout.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Well, good luck. Catch another one. Thanks, you guys too. Ice fishing in New Hampshire in particular is sort of a tradition that's passed down through generations. Diamond Pond in this particular area in the northern Coos County is ideal for a lot of ice fishing. And so it's great to see younger kids out here and their parents and grandparents showing them how to ice fish. While I was surveying the pond initially, I saw some sled activity going around. And I noticed a miner that may be on the back of the snowmobile and didn't look like he was wearing a helmet at this point. Good, how are you?
Good.
Couple things, just riding the sled.
Sure.
Strap a helmet on, please.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sorry, we're ice fishing over there. So
Sure.
Figured.
And that's fine.
Go to the bathroom.
But when I think Dad was going like a little brisk through here, it makes you a little nervous.
Gotcha.
Is Dad in there? Or
No, I'm Grandma and that's Grandpa.
okay, he's still out there ice
Yes,
fishing.
he's
Okay.
there, and this is our grandson, Julian.
Hi, Julian. How are you?
Say hi. We have a helmet for him. We have
Perfect.
It's 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
it. I'll just go chat with him and then.
Yep. He's over there.
Okay.
Fishing licenses are over there. Everything.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Come
Have a
over.
good day.
Thank you. You too.
You catch anything big? No, nothing.
No, one little store bucky.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was kind of active whole bucky too there. Forever.
Yeah, it's not very often that I see a brook come out here. We don't stock any. Sure. Yeah, if you don't mind, we'll go with that. There it is. Perfect. Do you have any lines out now? Oh yeah, the one right here. Yeah, perfect. I was talking to Lisa, that we just said, inside. He's gonna wear a helmet.
Yeah.
On the sled.
On the sled.
Okay.
100%.
And
the putt
No problem.
here to shore to camp is okay. When you went a little fast back there, maybe a little nervous. I'm just gonna take a picture of your hunt license and just give you a warning in our system for having a minor.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. No, and I appreciate you guys being
We had
decent.
him up
and
this
just
morning. He was full geared up, but
yeah, that's what she said. And she's like, he's got a helmet. We'll put it on right now and come back over. I said, all right, perfect. So, no, I appreciate you guys being decent. It's just
we're just trying to expose him to fishing.
yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, anyways, you guys enjoy your day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys too.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful spot,
Great
by
to
the
meet
way.
you.
This is cool. Yeah. Yeah. Have a good one. Ultimately, I felt like this issue could be addressed with a warning. I think both the adults in the situation understood where I was coming from, and they knew they were in the wrong, so to speak. And luckily, we were able to see them operate the snowmobile later, and the miner did have a helmet on. Well, looks like they're shaking hands, so that's good. Later in the day, I ended up hearing sort of both sides of some history that had gone on between the two groups. We noticed the two different groups were speaking with each other and ultimately shook hands, which was great to see. I'm glad that we could kind of end this in a positive light, and hopefully that we can move on and they're gonna enjoy fishing throughout the rest of the year.
Eric Fluette here with New Hampshire Fish and Game, and we're out here finalizing our airboat team training. I am our airboat team leader for the New Hampshire Fish and Game Law Enforcement Division. I manage a total of 8, including myself, on the team that are able to deploy our airboats when and if needed throughout the year. This is a state-of-the-art airboat for us. This allows us to move on those shallow conditions. You can imagine the wear and tear on a boat, navigating on hard ice, junky ice, turning in ice. The reinforcement that this boat's built with is to withstand that use. So if we need to get out and potentially search for somebody and or recover somebody that might have gone through, this is the tool for that. The hull has this thick plastic coating that's across the whole bottom, and that's what the boat will be traversing across snow, some wet ground. As long as there's some moisture in it, you know, ideally some standing water, we can get moving across it. We're right here on the edge of the Androscoggin River in Arrow. We've got some great conditions of safe ice, unsafe ice, broken up ice, open water, deep open water, shallow open water. So kind of like the mixture of everything that allows for my team of airboat operators to experience anything and everything out there present for this time of year. Today, Conservation Officer Austin Valladares and I got to get out and get him some more what we could refer to stick time with the airboat. We've got a buoy on a UTV out there from a joint Maine/New Hampshire incident, so we may take a spin by that.
Clear.
Nope, I think I got the batteries off.
I didn't think I heard a buzz when you first said it.
We're going no. You can turn the key as many times as you want, it won't go.
There it is.
There we go. Okay.
Clear.
Nice, so it's like a Cadillac, huh? Oh,
yeah. The reason we're doing the training today is because access onto these portions of the lake at this point is solely only done by airboat. The ice is breaking up from the shores quite a bit, causing it to be so that we can't ride snowmobiles or ATVs onto it. And then also, it's not quite broken up enough that we could be able to traditional boat it.
So we've got our motor that drives our 3-blade prop here, and with the pitch of that prop, that's going to get us that thrust to basically push air in the rearward direction. And then we've got the rudders. I'm able to control both of these with the left hand of the operator. As you pull on that, the wind that's getting pushed to the rear of the boat, you're able to influence with the rudders, and that's what gets you to maneuver and turn. And then of course, the more you throttle, the more air gets pushed back. Those little intricacies that all come together to allow it to do what it does. Austin has been an operator since this time. Last year was his 2-day basic operation course that he took. Now, last year the conditions were very different, so he got to experience some ice operation, but really nothing to the extent of what we got into over the last 2 days here. So this was hugely beneficial from my perspective as the team leader. I feel way better about what my 4 new team members now have for a baseline of ice operation.
Clear. Being a newer member to the airboat team, I'm really taking a liking to it. At one time, I had the opportunity to do some ride-alongs with some COs to be able to work on these airboats around 10 years ago at this point. Just kind of coming full circle to be able to operate them and train on them.
We as conservation officers in New Hampshire really do have access to a lot of specialized equipment. For me, this is my most specialized piece that I've got access to utilize. It really is a priceless tool to have access to. We're ready to deploy, and it could be, it could be tomorrow, it could be a year from now, but our training really gets us established and ready for when it comes.
Hey there, it's Conservation Officer John Demler, and thanks for watching the Game Warden channel. If you want to see more Game Wardens in New Hampshire, click this link and check out the next video.